Deep in the basement of Saifair Shalom, there's a dusty library that's really the home of a magical bookcase to another world, where Micah and Miri and their friends are home, where there's wolves and hares living fairy tales, Mr. Saifair, the golem, and glass shoe sales. So come join us for the magic and mystery, maybe even a bit of Jewish history. Auntie PJ's here to give us a taste of all the adventures beyond the bookcase, beyond the bookcase, beyond the bookcase.
At one time, my Uncle Levi hid the afikomen in my mom's plants. It took me forever to find it.
Jacob, maybe next Passover, I'll let you borrow my binoculars. I always have them handy.
Did you know that the reason we wrap the afikomen in a cloth is to reenact the way the Israelites carried the dough out of Egypt?
I thought it was just to keep it away from me. I could eat matzah all day.
Well, that we all know.
Hello, my merry band of travelers. What are we all laughing about today? Are we doing jokes? Okay, let's see. Why do we have a Haggadah at Passover?
Why?
So we can seder right words.
Excellent joke, Auntie PJ.
Well, thank you, Evie.
And no, we weren't doing jokes. We were talking about Passover.
Yes. How are you all preparing? I know every family celebrates a little differently. Growing up, we would get out special dishes and bring all of our bread and cookies to our neighbors, the Sommers. Mr. Sommer, Tom, would pretend to pay my father a penny for everything, and they'd shake hands and have a good laugh.
Micah and I are getting ready to welcome guests to our seder. So many fun people are coming.
Yeah, that's the best part, I think. We bought a bunch of cups to decorate too, so everyone can have their own.
Ooh, yes. The crafting parts of Passover are my favorite too. What are you planning, Auntie PJ?
Oh, well, I have to do quite a bit of cleaning. You never know where hametz might hide in a library. And then, as you know, every Passover, the library usually hosts a matzah pizza competition.
Tastiest creation wins a free library card, 2 high fives, and unlimited book borrowing privileges.
And then every year you tell us we're all the winners.
I love the matzah pizza competition. It's one of my favorite traditions.
My dad and I are working on a special recipe for this one. It might involve veggie chorizo and chocolate. Oops, I've already said too much.
Sadly, I'm having trouble finding all the necessary ingredients this year. A tomato shortage has left me sauceless. The nearby grocery stores are completely sold out of matzah, and because there's a dairy enthusiasts convention in town, I can't even get a hold of cheese. Quite a conundrum. Not unlike that time I had to solve Samson's riddle to escape from a hedge maze in Monaco.
Wait,
Auntie PJ?
What?
Are you saying we might have to cancel this year's matzah pizza cook-off?
no!
Oh, no, don't you worry, kids. No, don't you. Oh, so, what's on your seder plate this year?
Ours is pretty standard. We've got some parsley, haroset, an egg.
A lamb shank, some romaine lettuce for the bitter herb, and... what am I forgetting?
In my family, we add new symbolic things sometimes. This year, I'm adding an acorn to acknowledge indigenous lands. In fact, we stopped by to see if you had any books on seder plates. My big sister has an allergy, so we use an olive instead of an egg.
Wait, why is there a hard-boiled egg on the seder plate?
Excellent question. I love an inquisitive mind. As it turns out, I do have a copy of 4 Answers, Everything You Need to Know About Seder Plates, in the back of the library. Perhaps you could help me tidy up and hunt for chametz while you search for it?
Is it on our favorite bookshelf?
You know it. Now, off you go. I'm going to look up online pizza sauce retailers and send a postcard to a dear friend I met at Victoria Falls while we were spying on vacationing. Just a vacation, not the other thing. Yes, goodbye.
Oh, that was abrupt.
And mysterious.
It is dusty back here. Do you really think we'd find breadcrumbs hiding on bookshelves?
You mean chametz? I feel like anything is possible in this place.
Look!
And, Jacob, that's not the book we're looking for.
Humpty Dumpty and the Great Passover Feast. Now, what do you think that's about?
Did you grab it from the...
It's glowing!
You know it! Hang on, everybody! Whoa!
Wow, that never gets any easier.
Or any less cool. Hello, Mashal. We're back.
Mr. Saifair's been really irritated that we've been here lately. Maybe we can just try to sneak past.
Well, if it isn't a gaggle of mischief makers come to wreak havoc on the land of Mashal. No, I cannot have it. You'll have to turn back.
You know we can't just turn back. We don't control this whole magical vortex thing. Plus, we like being here.
Nevertheless...
Ticket, please.
Hello, Golem.
Blue, you are looking well. Ticket, please.
No ticket. Golem, don't you dare.
Sorry.
Just when I was having the loveliest day.
What's going on today that's so lovely, Mr. Saifair?
Well, dear sweet Humpty Dumpty is finally hosting a Passover seder. He's been talking it up for weeks. We're all attending. Everyone is invited.
Everyone?
Well, it's like a fairy tale creature's kind of...
Where's he hosting this seder, Mr. Saifair?
His house.
Golem!
What? They asked.
I remember his house from our Hogdala walk with Chicken Little. It was that pretty cream-colored house all the way down that lane in front of us with the big high wall around it covered in moss and lilacs.
Well, yes, of course that's his house, but do not bother him. He's probably all in a scramble trying to get everything done. He invited the whole town, and he's never hosted before. What a marvelous guest, though. Oh, I remember this one time he brought a matzo ball soup to Snow White's that was positively breathtaking.
And he always does dishes.
Arrives nice and prompt, and you know I value timeliness. But he sure put a lot on his Passover plate, so to speak.
Wow, sounds like he could really use some help getting everything together.
Oh, he absolutely could.
Say no more, Mr. Saifair. Help is on the way. Come on, team.
No, wait,
Bye, Golem.
Bye-bye, friends.
And thanks for the tip on where to go, Mr. Saifair.
Why, Saifair, why? Just once, don't give it all away.
Such nice friends.
Don't you start.
Sorry.
This path to Humpty Dumpty's is so beautiful. Smell those lilacs, Blue?
I'm surprised they're here. Lilacs aren't usually in season now. At least, not in our world.
I wonder how we make our way in. This wall seems to go around the whole place.
Let me just grab my binoculars. Aha! Look, there's a giant egg-shaped door over there.
That makes a lot of sense. I wish I had my own door shaped like me.
Come on, let's go. I'm excited to see what his seder will be like.
Mr. Dumpty, we're here to help with your seder.
Hello? Ouch! Oh, my head.
Oh, hello, Mr. Dumpty. I didn't see you under that picnic table. What are you doing down there?
Oh, I was so clumsy. I thought I'd prepare my famous Passover popovers outside as I listened to the birds. But I dropped my trays and then bumped my head on the way up to get them. What brings you kids to Mashal this time?
Well, we're here to help. Mr. Saifair told us you were hosting a huge seder, and we all love Passover. Need some hands?
Now, isn't that something? See, I thought I had it under control. I've never hosted a big seder before, only attended others. And I so want to get it right. I have so many people to thank for hosting me all these years. I really had something quite grand in mind.
Well, dropping trays isn't the worst thing that could happen. I mean, I'm just a little bit clumsy myself.
A little?
Okay, a lot clumsy. Like, I've tripped up the stairs more than once.
Is everything else going okay?
That's just the thing. Come, look over here. Wilted!
You have a whole herb garden full of parsley? Amazing!
Full of wilted parsley. Yesterday it was beautiful. Today they are exhausted. Why not tomorrow? Oh, whatever am I going to do?
No, you know, I once read that parsley is in the same family as both celery and cumin. Pretty amazing, huh?
You don't say.
I do. And I think these just need a little water.
Maybe you're right, but I doubt I'll have perky parsley in time for the seder. Oh, I just wanted things to be absolutely perfect.
Humpty Dumpty, we want to help make this the best seder ever. It really will be okay. Where can you use us?
You're so kind. Come with me to the kitchen, everyone. I just set up my seder plate all full of delicious goodies. All except, well, the egg. And the matzo ball soup is simmering now.
We heard your matzo ball soup is delicious.
Well, isn't that nice? My grandmother once... Whoa! Whoa!
Humpty Dumpty! Oh no!
Oh no! So clumsy, so clumsy. My seder plate. It's ruined.
I would say that.
The haroset has gone everywhere. Nobody's going to want floor haroset. I'll have to throw it away and start over. Oh, the moror and the lettuce too. I think the shank bone's okay, but oh my, everything's askew.
We can totally fix it. Don't worry.
At least nothing got in my lovely, perfect, beloved matzo ball soup. Oh no! My soup! I've spilled a whole bowl of sugar in it. It's completely ruined.
Oh, Humpty, watch out for the matzah.
No! How did the matzah end up on the floor? And now it's just matzah meal. How could I have a Passover seder without matzah? It's impossible.
Hey, can you all step outside with me for a moment? Poor Humpty Dumpty's really stressed out. He wants this to be the best seder ever, but it's making him even more anxious than usual.
But how can we help? I don't know how to make matzo ball soup. I only know how to eat it.
I feel so bad. Poor Humpty Dumpty is putting so much pressure on himself to create the perfect Passover. Maybe he just needs to chill out and remember what he loves so much about Passover. That always made him such a great, cheery guest.
Evie, I really think that's it. He needs space, and he needs to not do everything on his own.
And he probably could use a little help, even if he doesn't ask for it.
According to my calculations, he needs fresh lettuce, parsley, a new batch of haroset, bitter herbs, and matzah. Plus, he needs to start some soup from scratch. What if we went to gather things and left him to take a deep breath and just make his famous soup?
Blue, I love it. That's just what I was thinking.
I'll go run and tell him.
No!
Sorry, Jacob. Maybe let someone in there who might not knock everything else over. No offense.
Ha! You're right.
I'll go, and you all figure out where we're headed.
Okay, I'm thinking maybe Evie and I can head to Snow White's house. She does those definitely not poisoned apples. I bet she'd give us some to make new haroset.
That's amazing. Jacob and Blue, do you want to come with me to the Hare's house? He has a beautiful vegetable garden where we could get some lettuce for the seder plate. I bet he has plenty of fresh parsley as well. And maybe some matzah, too.
Actually, I have another idea of a place I want to go, and I know the way. All right, if I head there and we all meet back here soon?
Sure, that's fine by me. And Evie's back. What did Humpty Dumpty say?
Well, he cried a bit, but I think it was a good cry. He's gonna go start another batch of soup. And he says thank you. Where are we heading off to?
You're coming with me. Come on, everybody. Good luck.
Here's the Hare's cottage.
Yes, hello?
Hi there, Mr. Hare. We were just wondering if we could borrow a few items from your garden for Humpty Dumpty's seder plate.
Why, of course! Humpty Dumpty is always such a thoughtful guest. I'm happy to help. I was just doing some juicing. Gotta stay healthy for the next race.
When's the next race?
Oh, there's always a race coming up. Can't let my dear friend Tortoise get a competitive edge. That guy can eat like 3 pounds of kale in one sitting. Ah, you can really taste the radish.
Do you happen to have lettuce and parsley?
Of course, those are my favorites.
How about matzah?
Oh, sorry, I'm fresh out. But look, there's my neighbor Goldilocks out for a jog. Maybe she can help. Hey there, Goldilocks!
Oh, hello, Mr. Hare. Hi, kids. Just getting my steps in before Humpty Dumpty's big seder. I can't wait for a big bowl of his matzo ball soup. Somehow he always makes it the perfect temperature, never too hot or too cold.
Humpty Dumpty is actually having a few minor issues with his dinner.
We were wondering if you had any extra matzah for the table.
Oh my, yes. I make my own in 18 minutes or less, of course. Not too long, not too short. Just right.
Hare, we can help you pick some fresh lettuce and parsley from the garden. Goldilocks, why don't you grab some matzah and we can all head over to Humpty's together?
Perfect.
Are we getting close? I think I hear singing.
Yes, Snow White's house is right around the corner.
Oh, why, hello, little friends. I wasn't expecting company.
Are those birds doing your hair?
Why, yes, of course. My little bird companions just love styling my hair. Sometimes I find a twig or a piece of hay in it, but it's a small price to pay. I was just getting ready to visit Humpty Dumpty for Passover. How can I help you?
We were wondering if we could borrow some apples. There was a little spill at Humpty Dumpty's house, and his haroset kinda went kersplat.
Oh, dear me. Why, of course, you can borrow some apples. I always have them on hand. And don't worry, they're definitely not poisoned. I'll even help you make the haroset. I believe some of my squirrel friends dropped by with walnuts earlier.
That would be wonderful. Then we can all walk back to Humpty Dumpty's.
He's such a sweet egg. And he makes the best matzo ball soup, too.
So we've heard.
Well, come in, young friends. No time to waste. The seder will be starting soon. Yes, my lovelies, you can help, too. The birds are excellent at dicing apples.
But how did they hold the knife?
With their beaks, silly.
This is gonna be interesting. I wonder what's going on with Blue wherever they went off to.
Ah, that must be Mr. Saifair's house. Gray boxy one with the keep out sign. Ah, okay. Here goes nothing.
Can't you read? The sign says, go away.
It actually says keep out, but semantics. Mr. Saifair, we need your help.
Why would I ever help you? All you kids do is meddle.
It's not for us. It's for Humpty Dumpty. His seder's a bit of a mess, and I thought you might be able to help me find some bitter herbs for the seder plate.
Why? Because I'm so bitter?
Well, yes.
Fine. You're right, I have a fridge full of horseradish. I like to spread it on my morning bagel, and slather it on my sandwiches at lunch, and dollop it on my ice cream for dessert.
Ooh, on your ice cream?
Listen, I really like horseradish, okay? I'll bring you a jar. For Humpty Dumpty, not for you.
Of course. Oh, and Mr. Saifair, is that an avocado tree?
Why, yes, I call her Shirley. She's my pride and joy. Grew her myself from an avocado pit.
Humpty doesn't have an egg on his seder plate for obvious reasons, but many people, especially vegans, substitute an avocado pit. It's still round, so it symbolizes the circle of life, but it's also a symbol of growth. Maybe we could even plant it after the seder.
I think Shirley would like that. I'll go pick one.
Thank you, Mr. Saifair.
It's good of you to do this for Humpty Dumpty. You kids are real trouble. I haven't forgotten what a mess you've made of all the stories here. But maybe you're not all bad.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Kids, you came back, and just in time to try the soup. Let me know if it needs any more salt.
Jacob! Mary! Debbie! Micah! Blue! I didn't know you'd all be here.
Chicken Little! So wonderful to see you again.
I'm just helping Mr. Dumpty finish up his famous soup.
Don't worry, it's vegetarian.
We sent Snow White, Goldilocks, the hare, and Mr. Saifair to the backyard to set the table. And we've got everything you need here to fix up your seder plate.
Well, come on in.
The sun is setting! The sun is setting!
Not quite yet, but it's definitely about to. We better hurry up and finish the seder plate.
Evie and I made haroset with Snow White, with the help of some of her bird friends.
And they had surprisingly impressive chopping skills.
And Jacob and I borrowed fresh parsley and romaine lettuce from the hare's garden. The parsley reminds us of spring, and the lettuce symbolizes the bitterness of slavery.
Mr. Saifair lent us a jar of horseradish to use as maror. Also for the bitterness of life as a slave.
That guy loves his horseradish.
Now, I'll just put a little bit of haroset here. It's supposed to look like the mortar the slaves used, but the apples are sweet to remind us of the sweetness of freedom.
Now, we just put back the shank bone, which stands for the sacrifice the Jews made before leaving Egypt.
Perfect. But there's one thing missing.
Right, the roasted egg. Don't Don't worry, Mr. Dumpty and Chicken Little, it's okay. You can substitute this avocado pit for the egg. Mr. Saifair gave it to us.
Wait a minute. Mr. Saifair gave you an avocado off of Shirley? Wow, he must really like you kids.
Oh, he doesn't. He likes you.
Actually, I think he might like me too.
Aw, that just soft boils my yolk. My yolk is my heart.
I gathered.
All right, the table is all set.
You're going to love this tablescape. The birds did an admirable job.
Grab a seat, everyone. Time to eat.
Thanks, kids. You've really saved the day. My famous Passover popovers are looking golden brown and lovely, and my matzo balls are as light and airy as clouds. Finally, I get to host my perfect Passover. Now, try the soup.
Delicious.
Wow.
Ooh, it's
Best
wonderful.
matzo ball soup ever.
It's been so lovely to see you all again.
You as well. It was really fun gathering ingredients from everyone. Thanks again for sharing.
Whoa, sounds like that's our ride home.
That magic vortex always shows up right as we start having
Chag
fun.
Sameach, Humpty Dumpty!
Chag Sameach, kids.
Oh man, are you serious? We didn't even get to stay for the seder. You guys know how much I love matzah. It's my whole thing.
Well, do you have any in your pocket?
I mean, yeah, of course. I always do. It's good, but it's not the same.
We'll just have to be satisfied with the fact that we did a good deed and helped Humpty Dumpty welcome his guests.
I guess. Hey, do you think we could save PJ's pizza cook-off by doing the same thing? I'm sure some of our neighbors have some cheese or sauce.
That's a great idea. And not to distract, but have you noticed our bookmark is starting to look like a...
A key! But to what? What does it open?
It's a Star of David.
We just have to look for something else in that shape and line up the bookmark. Maybe on the sides of the bookcase.
Find a Star of David in a synagogue. No problem.
Why, hello, children. Did you find that Passover book I mentioned?
PJ, you snuck up on us.
No, we didn't find the book, but we found our answers anyway.
Excellent. Well, I hope you had an enjoyable time exploring the library and definitely not having any other sort of adventure.
We always do.
Any luck with the matzah pizza competition?
Sadly, no. Without the proper ingredients, I'm afraid this yearly tradition is kaput.
Hey, you know, we worked together to save Humpty's seder. I bet we could do the same for Auntie PJ.
Humpty, you say?
Just a friend of ours, Auntie PJ. Miri, you're right. My grandma grows prize-winning tomatoes. I'm sure she'd let us have some to make into sauce.
I've been growing bell peppers and zucchini in my backyard. We could use those as toppings.
We could ask the dairy enthusiasts if we can borrow some cheese. I bet they have more than enough, especially if we tell them it's for a good cause. Pizza!
Well, that would be wonderful, children, but we're still missing the most important ingredient. Matzah.
You're right. Can't make matzah pizza without matzah. Hey, wait a minute. My mom and dad have a whole cabinet full of matzah.
Yes, they always practically buy up the whole store to keep you in matzah year-round. I'm sure they and you could spare a couple boxes for Auntie PJ's pizza competition.
Definitely.
Oh, really? Oh, how wonderful, kids. You've saved the day. The matzah pizza competition will go on, and you'll all have to enter.
Of course.
I wonder how horseradish tastes on pizza.
Huh?
It might be good. You never know.
Got a bookcase